Um, Psychological trauma comes from the mind, but there's many different ways of looking at yourself, the world, the planet, everything around you. And by the way, I'm sorry for being so pale. um, but didn't want to go grab a shirt. I just wanted to do this. Um, so yeah, it comes from the mind. But what we got to understand, America always looks like, excuse me, they look at life, and this is a cultural programming that taught us this, that we are better, and God bless America, and I pledge allegiance to the United States of America. We're the best country on earth, and we look at everybody else like they're small time, like they're this big. And that causes us to disconnect even further from other people. Um, Also, in order to heal the mind completely, you cannot go to a psychologist, therapist, or psychiatrist because what they're doing is treating the symptom but not curing the cause. Okay? And the root cause is this world, how this world is set up, and how we're so disconnected from one another. And if we were to have real human freedom, like they say so much about on the news, then we would not be disconnected. We wouldn't even be the same way that we are today. And, you know, I'm kind of losing my train of thought here. Um, you have to change the social environment that people are in. You have to change that in order to really help somebody's mental state, to cure someone of whatever mental illness they have. The world has to be changed. You can't work on them and then send them back out there into this fucked up world and expect them to be able to recuperate and be just fine. No, what you're doing is you're ensuring that they always have to go back to your establishment to seek treatment, which maybe you're just doing that to make money. I don't know. But you're never going to really cure them, and you're never going to find the root cause if this is going to be, the society is going to be set up the way it is. So in order to really cure someone, you have to cure the environment. We all have to be cured in order for one person to be cured. And we can't have this type of setup the way it is in this world. You know, you know. So you can go to a psychologist, psychiatrist, and therapist all day long, all seconds, every second of the day. Excuse me. As long as you want to. It's not going to do any good unless society changes. So if you go to a psychiatrist and a psychologist, they're going to work with you on changing what's wrong, that's setting up boundaries, that's causing you to sabotage your success. But at the same time, it's where you live that causes the problems. It's not just it's not just the fact that you maybe you have family members that when you're around them, you think bad thoughts because they did bad things to you, so you can't get along with them. So you go to a psychologist to seek help about that, but then you have to go right back around those family members again, and they bring up those same emotions again and make you feel bad. Or say you want to move to another country where people are more peaceful, right? Well, you have to have the money for that. So money's going to stop you from doing that. And it's because we don't understand each other and have that much of a relevant education that we even have money today. That's the only reason. And even with that being said, say do you have the money and you move to this place that's really peaceful, and excuse me, eventually, I'll do a video about my life as a child, because I have some things I went through as a child that would help people understand how your environment does actually condition you to do certain things, and how we are actually just a cultural program. We're humans, but we've been culturally programmed to serve the establishment. you know, to put money in the pockets of big corporations and places like that, you know. But even if you do move to this country, it's really peaceful, okay? And um, you live there and everything's going good, you're still going to have to deal with people that disagree with the type of lifestyle that you're leading. You know, that are going to be violent and going to try to take that lifestyle away from you. You know, because they don't have a relevant information to understand how we are all connected. There's no me, there's no you. It's just this world. It's the universe. It's whatever you want to call it. You know. I don't know. Why do I have to call myself a human being? Why do we got to call ourselves human beings? I might want to call myself a Subway sandwich or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, but, but so you got to fix society. It has to be fixed in order for things like psychology and psychiatry and therapy to work. And you know, it's just, you see what I'm saying. You see the point I'm getting at. I'm trying to think what else I was going to say, but I forgot now. But we have to be fixed as a whole. You know, we have to redesign our social system to where it's going to benefit us to the best of its ability, so we can benefit ourselves to the best of our ability. And humans are selfish, you know what I'm saying? But we're not selfish the way you may think. I mean, it does make sense that if you um, can only take care of yourself, then how can you literally help take care of someone else? You see what I mean? So if we're put in a society where there is no money and we all have our needs met, then we can take care of ourselves, we can take care of other people, and we can take care of the environment. You know, and when you're able to have true human freedom, you're able to be curious. Leonardo da Vinci said the secret to happiness was curiosity, and I believe that. I agree with him completely. And it just means if you come closer and closer and closer to solving the problems, you know, you won't be able to solve any problem completely, but you come closer and closer and closer to solving it when you are able to be curious and really explore, the planet and really be free. Because this planet that we live on is not, okay, your home is not the home you live in. It's this whole world. This whole world. You should be able to go out in the world and do whatever you wanted. Shouldn't have any restrictions on you. But see, people, because of their lack of relevant information, would go out there and think, well, if we get to do whatever we want, I want to kill someone. I want to beat somebody up. I want to rape someone. That's because they don't have relevant information. They've been so inundated by TV and other forms of various media that they don't understand. My information, I have more of a relevant information, or excuse me, and relevant education. I'm not better than anyone else. Anything I can learn, you can learn. And if you have any questions and want to learn something, you'd like this video and you want to know more, email me, text me, whatever. Or not text me, message me, leave a comment. But, you know, when you have a relevant education, you will not think that having freedom is killing people or raping people or hurting people. You won't think of that, you know. Um, so, but I agree with what this guy is saying. But I mean, and from what I heard, I mean, does have a relevant education, sort of, you know. But he's looking at it from a established society, from a college perspective, where schools only teach what their curriculum allows. They can't teach things that's what they would call a speculation or rumors about like certain historical figures being, you know, you know, doing things that might make them look bad. They can't tell you those things because that could get them in trouble and they lose their job. So we also need to have real teachers, you know. So a Venus Project type society would actually revolutionize this world.